So why can't God be proven? Here's the simplest way why God can't be proven, and it's because God is more fundamental than proof. Proof first requires that something exists. Proof requires that truth exists. And the notion of proof is very highly subjective. For instance, just proof of an afterlife. You would say, it varies from person to person. I mean, I could die and then I could see the afterlife of my family, and I could come back to earth, come back to you and say, that's proof that I experienced them. But then you could always just say, that was just your hallucination. You see, that's kind of such a cop-out, because you could say that about anything. If God came to you in your dreams, or even if God came to you right now and said, I'm real, this is me, I'm God, you would still find ways to doubt that. God could be so undeniable, but yet you could still always make that argument that, oh, it's just a hallucination, oh, it's just my mind playing tricks on me, oh, I'm going psychotic. You could always cop out with that, but it's not a genuine, honest, open-minded inquiry into it. Because you have to think that God is so fundamental that you cannot prove it, because even the notion of proof, even to prove that the earth is round, you're going to have people that are going to deny that. So proof is not really the best indicator of truth and what God is, because there's things out there that are going to be true that you can never prove. For instance, there could be, whether there's, I don't know, sometimes there's some things out there such as like crime. There's crime that happens, but you'll never have proof of it, right? There could be, a space kangaroo, space alien out there that you could never prove existed. The same thing, but with God. God is so fundamental. When we're talking about God, we're really talking about the most fundamental part of existence, the thing that is necessary for it to exist. God can't not exist, because God is existence itself. It is the nature of existence. So that's what we mean by God. However, I do agree with the atheists, though, when we take that next step and go, therefore Christianity is correct, therefore you should just have faith, and Islam is correct, you should just have faith and ignore the proof and evidence and not do science. I don't really agree with that at all. I think that God is not a religion. People don't understand that if proof is subjective, religion is also subjective. Religion is a bunch of stories, and so is proof. But God exists prior to all that. God is more fundamental than science, more fundamental than religion, more fundamental than proof. You just really need to grasp what fundamental really means. It means it is rock bottom. It is the ground where everything comes out of, the source of everything that you see, perceive, everything. It means it couldn't have not have existed. That's what God means. So the question really isn't, does God exist? The question really is, what is God? And maybe that's the question you can figure out. Because what are we arguing with? Does God exist or does God not exist? If we don't answer the first question of what is God, then what are you arguing against if you say God does not exist? Think about that.